Loch Ness has Nessie, Lake Okanagan has Ogopogo, and then there is Champ of Lake Champlain. These cryptid water dwellers have for many years sparked heated debates between believers and non-believers. Fortunes have been spent searching for the animals. Those who go looking, hoping that a world-changing discovery will bring them fame and fortune. With the years of research that has occurred and a lack of any definitive proof found, maybe we should turn to some of the lesser-known lake cryptids to find our answers. One such beast, described as a lumbering, grey-skinned creature like a dinosaur, seen in the Lake Monroe and adjoining St. John's River near Jacksonville in the northeast US. So what has been seen? Who has seen it? And what answers could it give us? Let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. Let's start the story in May of 1975 near Jacksonville, Florida. A small boat that was carrying 5 people down the St. John's River came upon an unknown animal, a cryptid creature that left the people in the boat very confused. What these people saw was described as being like a dragon, having a long neck which it raised up out of the water, this allowing a clear look at the animal's head. Just as quickly as the cryptid appeared, it then disappeared. The 5 witnesses clearly saw the creature from a distance of around 20 feet away, and they were left shocked by what they had spotted. However, this was not the first sighting of the mysterious creature. There have been reports of a strange beast living in the river going back as far as the 1950s. Since then, the St. John's River monster has been giving locals, fishermen, and tourists a surprise by periodically popping up and giving people something to talk about. Since the reports of sightings through the 50s and well into the 1960s, the strange lake monster chose to show itself more and more. A surge in sightings of the river monster during the mid-60s raised public concerns that a dangerous animal may be living in the waters of St. John. One such sighting that had locals on edge was when a man at the riverside saw a large lumbering grey-skinned creature that he compared to a dinosaur in the reeds and mud, claiming that it had seemed to be feeding on the vegetation there. The man went on to say how the massive monster went crashing back through the foliage and back into the waters of the river. It left a path of broken and crushed plants and shrubs behind it. This sighting was then followed by a local woman named Mary Lou Richardson, who also spotted the beast. The woman was with her father bow hunting when they saw a bizarre-looking animal swimming along. They said that it had a large, flat, reptilian-looking head at the end of a longish neck. They said that the animal resembled a dinosaur. The day Mary and her father saw the river monster was exceptional, as there were a further 4 witnesses who reported seeing a strange animal swimming in the river. All gave matching descriptions of a dragon-like creature. They must have all been witnessing the same animal, or possibly there is more than one river cryptid. This would make sense. Any animal has to be part of a breeding population, no matter how mysterious and unknown it is. The area between Astor Park and Lake Monroe has become a good location to try and spot the cryptid. A physical interaction took place at this spot when 2 fishermen out on the St. John's River were sitting in their boat when the water began to froth, ripple, and a great bubbling rose up from the water beneath the boat. Suddenly, the bubbles changed into a force which nearly flipped the men's boat. Shocked and scared, the fishermen quickly made their way towards the shore. So what is it that is causing all of these strange events? Witnesses gave an incredibly detailed description of what was seen, saying, "We saw it had a neck about 3 feet long. It had 2 little horns on the top of its head like a snail. It was about 3 or 4 feet out of the water and about the color, well, a pinkish color, like a boiled shrimp. It had a really ugly looking face on it. It had snail-like horns and this jagged little thing going along its back. the head turned on it. It just turned, looked around at us. Then it came closer. It was checking us out. It was really curious as to what we were, and it wasn't scared of us. The horrible thing then disappeared. It then came back up about 20 feet away. It was so ugly looking, like pictures you see of dragons. It had a large head with horns like a snail, fins along its back, and its long neck and mouth that turned down at the corners. We can tell that these people saw the same creature, as the descriptions all mention the same details on the animal's appearance. Other witnesses gave more details. They mentioned a long neck, visible gills on the creature, which were covered by hanging flaps of skin, as well as a large, downturned mouth and black slanted eyes. This particular creature was dubbed Pinky and made a splash in the media at the time. That same year, on December 15, 1975, two witnesses named Bobby Holt and Larry Atkinson were out for a relaxing day of fishing at the Fuller Warren Bridge when they had an encounter which left them utterly baffled, describing the creature they saw as having humps and being around 20 feet in length. The monster would be described thusly: "I've been fishing out there a lot of years, and I've never seen anything like it. It was black and shiny and slippery looking. This was one particular object, and it wasn't a sea cow because they're bulky and usually stay closer to shore. The thing I saw was out in the middle of the channel under the bridge, and it swam. Its humps came completely out of the water. It looked like a sea serpent. We were both extremely confused by what we saw. I have no earthly idea as to what it was. It was round like a big snake, but it wasn't a snake. I saw a head, a round head like you see in pictures of prehistoric dinosaurs, or like a giant eel of some kind. It wasn't an otter, it wasn't sea cows, and it wasn't a snake. Snakes swim sideways, and this thing, whatever it was, had humps, and it was moving in an up and down motion. Snakes just don't do that. What these fishermen saw does fit with historical accounts of sea serpents, the movement and the physical appearance of the creature matching with many reports from antiquity. Moving on and to today, there have been fewer and fewer sightings of the St. John's River monster. It seems that as the years have rolled on, sightings have diminished, sadly, eventually stopping altogether. This has led many that are familiar with the river and its legends to believe that the river's cryptid creature has died. That being said, it is a common trait for these lake and river cryptids to disappear for prolonged periods of time. Maybe they have a migratory path which only brings them to specific areas at specific intervals. Lately though, there has been a number of sporadic sightings, and although these sightings make no mention of the creature's pink skin, something unknown is in the water. The modern reports of the river monsters talk about what appears to be a large serpent-like creature that resembles giant eels or snakes. Eels, the animal that was recently given as an explanation to Scotland's most famous resident, Nessie. If not eels, then what else could the monster known as Pinky be? Some cryptozoologists today believe that the St. John's River monster could have been a new species of giant salamander. They reference the Japanese giant salamander, which can grow to a length of 5 feet, and it is not the largest there is. A Chinese giant salamander can grow to a length of 6 feet. Both of these species can also have pink skin color due to their diet. It is not unbelievable that a North American subspecies could grow larger than this. Others claim that Pinky could have been a large albino manatee, alligator, or even a pink dolphin. Still others believe that the monster was a surviving species of Thesceliosaurus neglectus, a dinosaur that lived during the late Cretaceous period in North America. These dinosaurs could grow to be 11 feet long and were related to iguanodons. Long surviving dinosaurs are reported globally, and anyone with just a passing cryptid interest knows that there is a wealth of evidence that supports dinosaurs continuing to live on the planet long after the asteroid impact that was said to have wiped them out. And maybe, coincidentally or not, the Branby Idol depicts living dinosaurs, and it was said to have originated not far from St. John's River. At 310 miles long, the St. John's River is the longest river in Florida. The mouth of the river begins at the Atlantic Ocean, so this opens up the possibility that Pinky is originally from the open ocean and every once in a while swam up the river where witnesses were able to lay their eyes upon it. Eventually, the creature could have made its way back out into the ocean and simply chose never to return. Whatever Pinky was or is, it is affectionately associated with being one of the most unique freshwater beasts to have been reported to date. Its pink skin and skeletal appearance making it unlike any other water cryptid spotted around the world. What do you think this cryptid could be? Is it a misidentified animal, possibly an albino eel, or an as of yet known to science species of aquatic reptile? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. It really does help. And if you want to catch the latest, you can search We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.